How did someone fail miserably at trying to outsmart you? My coworker Derek thought he was playing chess while I was playing checkers. For 3 months, he'd been taking credit for my marketing ideas in our team meetings, and honestly, it was getting ridiculous. Here's how it worked. I'd suggest something like targeting social media ads to college students during finals week when they're stressed and buying comfort food. Derek would immediately jump in with yeah, and building on that brilliant foundation, then repeat my exact idea, but with more corporate buzzwords and twice the volume. Our boss Sarah would nod along and say things like, great strategic thinking, Derek, while I sat there feeling invisible. It happened every single week without fail. The worst part was Derek's smug little smirk whenever he got praised. Like he genuinely believed he was some kind of marketing mastermind instead of a glorified copy machine. I tried talking to Derek privately after one particularly blatant theft. Hey man, that campaign idea about partnering with local gyms was mine from earlier. Derek just shrugged and said maybe you should speak up more in meetings. Ideas belong to whoever presents them best. That's when I decided to get creative with my revenge. I started feeding Derek terrible ideas on purpose. Really spectacularly bad ones. Like suggesting we target our luxury BMW ads specifically to people who just filed for bankruptcy because they'll be motivated to rebuild their image with expensive purchases. Derek's eyes would light up like Christmas morning. He'd take detailed notes and ask follow-up questions about implementation. The guy was completely hooked on what he thought was insider knowledge. Then in the next team meeting, Derek would present my awful ideas as his own brilliant strategies with complete confidence. I've been thinking about our target demographics, he'd announce, and I believe we should focus our Mercedes campaign on recent bankruptcy filers. Sarah would look genuinely confused. Derek, people who just went bankrupt can't afford luxury cars. That makes absolutely no sense. But Derek was so convinced of his own genius that he'd double down every time. Ringway such sakwe as ma garn was when she good QX. Trust me, Sarah. This is next level psychological marketing. We're thinking 3 steps ahead of the competition. After 2 weeks of Derek enthusiastically presenting increasingly ridiculous campaigns, including targeting retirement home residents for extreme sports equipment and marketing energy drinks to insomniacs, Sarah pulled me aside. Listen, Emma, I know Derek has been stealing your ideas. I've been watching this whole thing play out for months. That bankruptcy luxury car suggestion was the final clue that you were deliberately feeding him garbage. I was shocked. You knew the whole time? Sarah laughed. Derek never has good ideas when you're out sick or on vacation. Plus, his presentations always sound like he's reading someone else's notes. I was just waiting to see how you'd handle it. Turns out my boss wasn't nearly as oblivious as I thought. She'd been documenting everything and building a case. Derek got transferred to our data entry department the next week. No more creative strategy meetings, no more client presentations, just spreadsheets and number crunching. The absolute best part is Derek still thinks he's a misunderstood marketing genius. He keeps telling people in other departments about his innovative ideas that were too advanced for this company. He genuinely can't figure out why his brilliant strategies stopped working. Sometimes I see him in the break room muttering about how corporate environments stifle true creativity. Meanwhile, I got promoted to senior marketing strategist with my own team. Sarah told me during my review that watching me handle the Derek situation showed real leadership potential. Now whenever someone tries to take credit for my work, I just smile and remember that sometimes the best way to outsmart someone is to let them outsmart themselves. The funniest part happened last month when Derek approached me in the parking lot. He actually had the nerve to ask if I wanted to grab coffee and brainstorm some campaign ideas together. I looked at him straight-faced and said, sure, Derek, I've got tons of ideas. How about we target funeral home ads to marathon runners, since they're always talking about their bodies breaking down? Derek pulled out his phone and started taking notes immediately. That's genius. Emma, the psychological connection is so deep. Last I heard, Derek pitched that funeral home idea to his new manager in data entry. Instead, HR scheduled him for a wellness check because they were concerned about his mental state.